My name is Shamsa Hussain.
Hi Shamsa,
Hi Emma.
how are you doing today?
Today I'm good. I'm ready. The kids are in school. The house is not a complete mess, so things are good.
That sounds like a success to me. My house is a complete shambles, so you've done one better than me today.
I always joke that my house looks like it's been burgled, but they took nothing because it always looks like it's been burgled. But then I realize that that's kind of like my norm. If that makes sense. Where my sister's house is immaculate and pristine, my norm is just clutter and jump. I don't know if that's because of PD or not because of PD.
I think there's some things that we were maybe messy beforehand.
You can't blame Parkinson
No,
for
I
it.
was definitely messy before Parkinson's. It's definitely not helped me, but it's not
Yeah.
it's not my excuse. I don't think.
I couldn't.
I don't trust people that have really tidy houses. I'm not sure where everything lives. I assume they have like a cupboard and everything's just in that cupboard, and you open the door and everything falls out. So, can you tell me a little bit about your diagnosis, please, if that's okay?
I was diagnosed 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, and I was pregnant at the time, which sometimes comes up with other people who've been diagnosed, but I don't know if pregnancy was to link with it.
Yeah.
But and 3 months pregnant, and I used to drive about 32 miles on a round commute, and I noticed that when I was driving, my left hand, left arm, left leg were like heavy and non-responsive. So I was changing the gears, but my leg, they weren't as quick and springy to respond. And then I thought it's because I'm pregnant and the baby's sitting on a nerve or
Yeah.
something's going to be haywire. And then I went to the doctor and he did these physical tests of pushing my arms and strength test. And he said that because I was pregnant, they couldn't actually do further like invasive tests. And he
Yeah.
said when you had the baby, you're still feeling like this, come back. And then when I had my daughter in November of 2012, I was feeling really, really weak, really stiff, really rigid. I couldn't get up off the couch. I couldn't pick her up to feed her.
Oh
And I
God.
just thought everything is really deteriorated and come crashing down. And then I went to see the doctor and he referred me to the neurologist. And the neurologist sent me for a MRI scan because he thought it might be MS. And the MRI scan came back negative. And then they sent me for muscle and nerve in electricity deduction test or something. And they came back negative. And then I thought that's I'm going mental. My body's not working, and I think that no one can find anything wrong with it. And then the neurologist, I don't know why, he went down the Parkinson's line, asking for a DAT scan, and the DAT scan confirmed there was absent putamen in my left side and reduced on my right side. And I actually thought, thank God, there's actually something wrong with me now. I'm not going crazy.
Yeah, it feels weird to feel like that, doesn't it? That you've actually got an answer, but because Parkinson's is so often the last resort that they test for, they test
Yeah,
for all these other horrible things like motor neurone and Wilson's and MS and stuff, and it's sort of you kind of think you're not going to get an answer, and then suddenly when you get your answer, you're like, oh, okay, it's not, it's nice to have an answer, and then it kind of crashes down a little bit. I think sometimes.
I think when you have a bunch of symptoms, when people say to you, "What's wrong?" You go, "Oh, I feel weak, and my arms really rigid, and my arms, like my fist is claw," and you think, "What's that? A hodgepodge bag of symptoms?" But you don't have a label for that bag.
Yeah,
Just
Parkinson's is the
society.
label for that bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you can get access to more things as well. Like when you go, I've got Parkinson's. Whereas if you go, I've got a bunch of symptoms. Like, what should we do with the
Yeah,
symptoms?
exactly. You've got a name for it. It makes sense suddenly. Well, it sort of makes sense. You think it makes sense, and then you learn more about it.
That's scary because if you know your enemy or you know what you're fighting, if you're
Yeah.
fighting blind dark and you don't know what you're fighting.
Mum
So
and
I
I
have to
always,
believe.
Mum and I always say that with stuff. My mum and I are big kind of fighters of stuff, and we like to know what we're fighting. So especially with my neck, not knowing what's been going on with it, we've not known which
Yeah,
direction to punch in. It's been really difficult, and I definitely feel the same about
yeah.
Parkinson's. Totally agree with you there. Definitely agree with you.
You know, it's that dark, and you know when you got that, you know what you're dealing with. You can give it a better fight. I definitely agree with you, Emma.
Definitely agree. Definitely. Big fighters, you and me, obviously. Scrappy.
Parkinson's only, Parkinson's only chooses fighters. I don't think it chooses the weak. I don't think you can be weak and deal with it because it's such a mental and physical battle every
Totally
day.
is. Totally is. And so different every day. It's like a different enemy every day.
Yeah,
Keeps changing.
yeah. And you have to be brave and courageous and like in a way that you never thought you could be. Because if someone had told me at 22 that you're going to get Parkinson's at 28, Shanta, and you're going to get on with it, quote unquote, to the rest of you, I'd be like, no, I can't deal with that.
No.
It seems bigger than you, but you know what? As human beings, you have a resilience and a spirit of fighting that I think surprises even yourself. Does that make
Totally
sense?
agree. Totally agree. You're saying things that I've said. We've obviously got very similar minds. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I think It's been really eye-opening to realise what I can cope with because I never thought I could cope with something like this. No way.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think it's a compliment in a way.
Hmm.
Like, because if I see my friends that they've broken their fingernail or they've got a pimple, I'm like, oh my God, I've got a pimple. And I'm like, I've got Parkinson's. Try doing it.
Shot down.
Yeah, just like, yeah, get your pimple, I can raise you 10 with my Parkinson's. I can do that, but
Amazing.
yeah.
So, what would you say is your most troubling symptom nowadays, sort of 5 years on?
So that's a good question. Um, I don't have a tremor as such. It's not a tremor dominant. My biggest thing is I kind of slow down and become really stiff. And my friends give the analogy of like it's a computer and you pull it's a robot and you pull the plug in the person, the
Yeah,
person,
powers down.
yeah. Yeah, and I think my hardest thing as a mum is my mornings are slow because I've slept during the night. My body's completely like gone
Yeah.
back to zero. And I wake up, it's really slow and sluggish. And for kids, you have to be quite sprightly and quite up and
Yeah.
about.
Kids don't
So
wait
I
for you in the morning, do they? They're quite sort of, when they're up,
and
they're up.
school, you can't get to school. So it's a bit when I'm a bit sluggish and a bit slow, my engine's not starting. I feel the frustration that it affects my kids. I don't care about me being late for stuff because that society can wait. But it's when it impacts my children, my symptoms. That's when I feel the most frustrated.
Yeah, I imagine that. I can totally imagine that. I mean, I have no one that I'm responsible for, so I'm sort of permanently angry at myself for being late, but I can totally get that I would feel frustrated and sort of I've spoken to other people who I've seen kind of things on Facebook where people's kids have missed exams and stuff because of their Parkinson's and
Uh,
just the stress of it must be. I mean, when you get stressed, it obviously gets worse as well. So, you can't,
you tighten up, everything
yeah,
tightens up. You coil, yeah.
which is the last thing you need when you're trying to get somewhere and it's making you getting stressed and you're getting more and more tight and more and more knotted up. It's not going to be helpful, is it really?
Yeah, but I think another hard thing is that when you do turn up at that place and then you're fine and normal because your
Yeah,
medication's kicked in, and then you're like, my meds weren't working, and they're like, well, you look fine now, and they don't
yeah,
understand the black and whiteness of it and the
yeah.
on-offness of it
But I think I was
and
speaking
the
to someone else.
fluctuation.
I was talking to someone else the other day, and I was saying to them actually, like, I don't fully understand Parkinson's, so I don't know how I
Yeah,
expect anyone else to fully understand it.
yes, it's in your body, but you don't understand it absolutely.
So it's really
But
difficult to
I think the
explain to
people,
other people.
in, I think your people in the inner circle who see you day in day out get it,
Yeah,
but they don't get it, but they get it. It's like sometimes my husband will look at me and he'll be like, "Are you on or off?" And I'm like, "You've been married to me for like 6, 7 years. Why do you not know if I'm on or off? I've had it for long enough." And it's just like, if you don't, how can anyone else get it?
yeah. No, it's true. It's so true, and I think there's never enough time to educate people on it. You stop someone in the street and they ask you what's going on. You can't like keep them for like 30 minutes while you tell them the ins and outs of Parkinson's. So no one's ever going to learn it, are they? Really?
You know, I like doing with health professionals or professionals who I deal with who are dealing with a situation. Always say I've got Parkinson's, and they go, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." It's just like, how much do you know about Parkinson's? And they're like,
Yeah.
"No." It's just like, and then all you hear is shaking. But it's just like, but you know what? I didn't know anything about Parkinson's before I got
No,
Parkinson's,
same, same.
so
So
I can't.
I can't comment
Anyone,
really.
yeah, you only know what you need to know.
I thought it was a tremor. I thought it was a shake, and I have a tremor, and actually, I feel the tremor is sometimes useful, even though it's annoying, because it's the traditional sign for Parkinson's. People understand that. I feel like if you don't have a tremor, it's actually harder for you.
Yeah, I understand that, but you know, I'm glad I alternatively don't have a tremor because you know, if I go off, I just sit there like a statue and kind of don't
Yeah,
do anything. Whereas if I had a tremor, then it'd be more apparent. Does that make sense? Whereas I
yeah,
just kind of like, if I don't move, they won't
just
know. But if I move and I've gone off and I'm like an 82-year-old Ethel, then people are like, what the hell's wrong with her?
yeah. I look really dodgy. I think a lot of the time because I'm just kind of stood there looking incredibly nervous in a public place, which you don't want to be doing in today's day and age when people are really like wary of people that look dodgy.
Absolutely. I've done something funny once. I've actually walked into Tesco normally and then gone off and then walked to my back to my car and then got my Zimmer frame because I have like a frame where I can't walk. And then I've gone back into Tesco because I forgot something. And they're like, she just walked in 10 minutes ago and she was fine. What the hell's wrong with her now?
Just trying to
So,
use the
but
disabled
I'll tell you
parking bay.
something,
Elaborate excuse.
something interesting. You know, you have the frame, people are a lot more sympathetic or a bit more.
Oh no, totally. I totally get that. With the neck brace,
Some,
most of the time I only wear the neck brace because it gives people a visual cue there's something wrong with me and they understand a neck brace. Or they understand a walking
yeah,
stick or they understand a frame or a wheelchair.
yeah.
People understand the
Well,
wheelchair more easily than anything, I think.
yes, absolutely. Whereas if you're walking slowly and unsupported, they just think you're drunk or like
Yeah.
you can't walk or something. when you've got a physical thing in front of you, they're like, actually something's wrong with her.
She might
So
need help, yeah.
it's a good thing and a bad thing. I didn't want to get a Zimmer frame, but I just thought, you know what? I don't want to struggle more than I have to.
Yeah. It's that difficult
But like,
point of kind of getting yourself into the point where you do what you need to do, but actually you still feel like you and you still feel like empowered rather than like disability is a really difficult thing because you have to sort of admit to it to be able to get over it, but admitting to it is really, really hard.
it's like where do you admit your defeat lines? Like where do you like I don't know, when do you let your ego and pride not get
Yeah.
in the way and admit that you need help and put up your white flag? Does that make sense?
That totally makes sense, and I really like the way you've described that actually. And I think actually it's when it stops you from doing stuff that you really want to do and that you love is when you suddenly start calling time on it and you realise that you have to do something about it. You know, if it stops you
Yeah,
from
but
going
it's
and seeing your friends or something, just because it's kind of do I want to be vain or do I want to see my friends? And that's when the decision comes, I think.
yeah, but I think if they're your real authentic friends, they take you as you are as well though.
Yeah,
Goods and all.
that's the other good thing with
So
podcasts is it makes you realise who your friends are and who your family, how good your family are and stuff.
massively. You cut the wheat from the chaff. That saying that you must have a cull. You go for quality, not quantity. And you
Yeah,
realize who you are to die friends. That's so true.
yeah, definitely. And it's
That,
that's a really good thing to know who you can rely on in a crisis. Because, those other friends, you could have turned to them in a crisis in the future and they might not have been there.
and also, Emma, new people come into your life who take you with your Parkinson's as
Yeah,
well. Does that
exactly.
make sense?
They've not known any different and they love you for it.
So they never know the old you. And even though you mourn and grieve the death of the old you, because that's a process in itself, you kind of, I think accepting the new you is a bit hard as well. I think
Yeah,
that comes with
totally.
time. You can't be defeatist. You can't let it have the victory. Not that it's a fight and a struggle, because I don't like using that language either. I don't like saying it's a fight and a struggle, but it's a learning curve and a steep one, probably the steepest one. And you wouldn't choose it, but you've got it, so you deal with it. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
exactly. And actually, sort of, if I had to choose to not have, like, if someone said they could cure me now, I'd take the cure, definitely. But if someone said to me that I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been diagnosed ever, I think I'd probably want to have been diagnosed with it. I think I'd want to keep it because it's taught me so much about everything.
Yes, it has. Actually, it's not made you a better person, but do you know what? It kind of has made you a bit more of a less of a.
It opens your eyes and it makes you someone that other people can never be without having been through this experience, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Emma. I 100% agree with you. I take the cure, but I would still take the years of Parkinson's
Yeah,
because of what
definitely.
they had helped me grow. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I just
that's
feel
such
like
a
I see the world in a totally different way now and like see people in a different way and my experiences are greater and everything. So I wouldn't
yes.
take it away. But if someone took it away now, I'd take it away, definitely. But I wouldn't want to take it away in the first place.
I wouldn't want to take the memories of the experience of it away. If that makes sense.
Well, it's
Like,
so like intermingled with your other memories, I guess, as well. Like probably of sort of your children and all the things that you have as a family. Are probably so sort of
yeah,
intermingled that if you pull that thread out of Parkinson's, would those things have still happened? Would you sort of make the same decisions? It's kind of
yeah.
a risky thread to pull, isn't it? Really?
And I think if the people around you are still around you, then it means they love you like unconditionally in a way
Yeah.
that because when you're at your worst in Parkinson's, you're like really bad and you're bitch. If someone's still standing there, still ready to support you, then you know what? You know that they love you in a way that is worth that love. Does that make sense?
That totally makes sense. Definitely makes sense. And I've recently become single, so I'm now sort of dating and actually finding someone that can cope with it is really difficult. But I know that whoever can cope with it will know what they're getting into.
Because they need to see Emma shine through Parkinson's. They know
Yeah.
when they see you, not your Parkinson's.
Yeah, and then if they see that, then they're the right person kind of thing. If they can't see beyond the Parkinson's, then they're the wrong person. And that's quite a nice thing to know.
Absolutely. And you don't give anyone your time who's not worthy of your time. Does that
No.
make sense?
Yeah, well, you have limited time to kind of get stuff done. It's kind of your time that you can easily do stuff, so you have to get on with it.
That I'm very like, are you worth my dopes? Like I call dopamine dopes. It's like when
Yeah,
I'm
I
on,
love that.
I'm quite not fussy, but just like I wouldn't give someone who wasn't worth because dopamine is so precious now in a way because it's going literally lessening and lessening. That's not very good English, but anyway, it's diminishing. Anyway, I just think, are you worth my precious dopes? And if you are, then you know what, you're.
I absolutely love that, Shamsa. That's awesome. I absolutely love that. I feel like I want to get that put on a t-shirt.
Are you worth my dopes?
I'm
Oh my
totally
god, yeah, we
stealing
should.
that. I'm borrowing that. I'll quote you every time I use it. But I love that. I think that's a really good way of looking at it. I think you can look at it for people. You can look at it for activities. You can look at it for
Yeah.
anything. Is it worth it? And I remember someone saying in a like less wonderful way, where they said that it was almost like, imagine you've got a tank of gas, and you've only got like a certain amount of gas that you can use all day. You know, what would you spread out and use it for?
Yeah,
Well,
at
I like
least
your way of
that.
describing it better.
No, it's true though. Do you know what? I have family and friends, and like my sister as an example, of people get flustered by little menial tasks like the houses and cleaning stuff. And I just think, one day you're going to be dead, and then none of this will matter. And it's just like you have to prioritize because you have limited dopes. You have to prioritize what needs to be done and what has to be done.
Yeah.
I just think that as women, really, we try to do everything. We try to be superwomen. But I just think that when you've got limited on periods, green lights in the day, you need to decide who gets your goodness and who doesn't get it.
So you, what's it like to be a parent of young children when you have Parkinson's? What's kind of the most difficult thing?
Well, my daughter, I've had it since she was born, but it was undiagnosed for the first 6 months. But one thing you have to do is you have to relinquish control. So if you're a control freak parent, you have to realize that you can't do everything, and that you have to give the caring responsibility to like other people if they're around.
Yeah.
So that's quite. If you're a control freak, then that's quite hard. But I think also children are very, I want it now. So if you can't get up off the couch, it's very hard to tell a child or even an adult sometimes that I'll be okay, but in 25 or 30 minutes, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'll get you your glass of juice or I'll get you your thing. But you just have to park yourself a bit and wait. I think for children, it's really hard to gratify everything that they want.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel frustrated in yourself because you want to take your kids to the park and you want them to have wholesome childhood experiences and like good core memories, and you just think, I wish that I could do more. And so you overcompensate. Well, I do. I overcompensate when I'm on to make up for the lack of time. The time that I'm off. Does that make sense?
Definitely. And then you're kind of more off when you're off then because you've used so much of your dopamine up.
Yes, Emma. Yeah, and when you're on, you push, go, like the Duracell bunny, and then when you're off, there, flatline. And then you have to. I've slowly throughout the years learned to kind of pace myself. So when I used to have the green light, I used to do 50 things at once to make up for the things I couldn't do when I was off. And now I'm just a bit more kinder to myself. I'm like, don't think that you can take over the world when you get your green light, Shams. You can't.
So have you told your children? What have you told? So have you got one child or two children?
Three children. I've got 3 children. I've got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. I don't have
3 children. Sorry, I thought you had 2 yet.
I have a 3-year-old and 5-year-old daughter, and my daughter knows that mommy's got Parkinson's, and she knows that mommy has dopes crashes, which is what we call them. Where mommy has so I remember once I said to my husband, I had a crash, and he's like, we had a crash, and I was like, no, I had a dopes crash, not a car crash. And then she knows that mommy's power goes off. And when she was younger, she used to give me power through her hand to my hand, which was quite cute. She doesn't do that anymore. She's just using it to kind of languish now. But she knows that mummy will come back on again, and when mummy comes back on, she'll be mummy again. So she lets me kind of just lie on the floor and ride it out, and then she knows I'll be back. And when I'm back, I'll do whatever I need to do.
That's so cute.
Whereas my son's a 3-year-old menace. He just jumps on top of me and wrestles with me and kind of...
Not now.
Yeah, he doesn't have any tools. He's just wrestling with me when I'm off. I think looking after yourself could be a full-time job when you've got Parkinson's, because you're supposed to eat right, you're supposed to exercise, you're supposed to take the right supplements, you're meant to meditate, you're meant to do yoga, that's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you're looking after your Parkinson's, and then you're looking after kids, you're looking after a house, you're looking after your husband, it's like what gives, something has to give.
Yeah,
so sometimes you slack Parkinson's care, which is probably hard as well, actually, because you do a lot more if you could have nourished, like Tai Chi and stuff you should be doing, but it's just like, when the hell of the day am I supposed to do all that stuff?
Yeah, exactly. There's not enough time in the day. That's why I don't ever sleep, because I have to try and do stuff at night as well to get stuff done.
Oh my god, Emma, don't talk about sleep as such a... I have like bad insomnia, and it's just like, my daughter said, it's your magic, because you don't sleep and you wake up before us. Sleep. If you don't sleep, your PD symptoms are worse. Your PD symptoms are worse, and you don't sleep. It's like a vicious cycle.
It's so ridiculous. It's like it's kind of screwing itself over. Your body is screwing itself over by like not letting you have the sleep that you need. But then
And sleep's so important. It's so preparing.
It's healing. It's healing. It's
Trying to be more disciplined and have like a routine. So
yeah.
I'll use lavender oil and I'll have some Horlicks and I'll listen to meditation or affirmations or something positive to get my mind
Yeah.
kind of off it.
Yeah, I do. I just
And
started trying to do the same. I find just getting myself in the bedroom is the biggest battle. Getting myself away from my computer, getting myself away from things that are distracting me and projects and stuff that I'm
no,
interested
you
in
have
having fun.
technology is evil and it's
It
good
is.
and evil, but in
Yeah.
regards to sleep, the evil, I leave my phone downstairs so that I'm not tempted by it,
Yeah.
distracted by it.
See, I'm always distracted by it. I'll just kind of I think, oh, I'll go to bed now, and I'll think, oh, I'll just do a bit on this, or I'll just get a head start on the day because I'll be slow. Because I know I'll be slow in the
So
morning. I won't be able to
you need
look
to
at my
have
two
technology
emails and
detox.
stuff.
You need to
Sorry.
have a technology detox and like for an hour every day, just lock your gadgets in a cupboard somewhere.
Yeah.
My tip for newly diagnosed: you don't beat yourself up because you know what, Parkinson's is bad enough, and don't be your own enemy and don't berate yourself and like build self love and self care. Does that mean? Yeah, I think because you know what, it's going to be hard enough. Don't make it harder for yourself. Don't think of it as a fight. Because if you think of it as a fight, then it's a constant battle and a constant struggle. And I think also having knowledge and empowering yourself. There's loads of things I said to a new person, and having like a good support network, and having like a PD friend, like a PD buddy, someone who
Yeah.
gets the language of dyslexia, levodopa, and all that stuff is kind of useful as well. Because there's a language and a code of Parkinson's
Yeah.
that people don't outside the Parkinson's circle don't get. You say cinema and amantadine, and you say mirapex and everything, and you're like, ah. So I think having one good PD buddy is sometimes really useful.